Peggy 16.
When I was a teenager, I could rewind time. Just raise my hand and undo everything that had just been done.
Max, what's going on?
I had another vision. The town is going to get wiped out by a tornado.
Max, start from the beginning. Tell me everything.
Wonder at the night sky, run out of the daylight. Water the eyes, holding on to hurricanes.
I'm so sick of people trying to control me! You act like you own this town. Nobody owns me.
Your face is covered in guilt.
So Max, can I ask you a question? And please be honest.
We are supposed to be adults, right?
All you need is the courage to share your gift with others.
I told you before that I'll always believe you.
This tornado might be the end of the world, but not if I can change it.
I can't let what happened in Arcadia Bay happen here too.
Give me the Cliff Notes version of what we're actually here to see.
Is Max Caulfield the missing piece to the puzzle of redemption in the Life is Strange series? Stay tuned for our review of Life is Strange, Double Exposure.
Wow. So, should we be worried about this crazy ass?
Nearly 10 years after the release of the acclaimed and unpretentious Life is Strange, the series has now reached its latest station. In 2014, as the second product from an anonymous team called Donutnut, Life is Strange won the praise of players and critics by creating a shocking story. A work that, despite shortcomings in the adventure gameplay structure, captivated players thanks to its exemplary storytelling and characterization, with its likable and tangible heroes, and with a stunning ending that placed the gamer in a situation similar to Joel's devastating decision in The Last of Us.
I wasn't listening. But, hey, looks like the equipment's working.
Why am I not at home?
Works that are designed solely in the form of a single story and do not leave a way for sequels will sooner or later be faced with the sequel virus, because the gaming industry works with money, and if your creation is money-making, you are condemned to extract as much of that money as possible. This happened to the Life is Strange series. All kinds of prequels and subsequels were made for it. That teenage drama of the first part became a template for creating various other versions. All kinds of teenage dramas with the theme of decisions and moral dilemmas, recurring patterns that gradually lost their quality and appeal one after the other. This is where the series in question, after 10 years, wants to continue the story of Max from the first game. But can Max's return guarantee the success of Life is Strange, Double Exposure and the revival of the series? Stay tuned for Zoomji's review.
Wow. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Life is Strange, Double Exposure follows the story of Max Caulfield, a girl who, 10 years after the events of Arcadia Bay, now teaches photography to her students as a professor at Caledon University. Even after 10 years, Max, who still hasn't been able to get over the crazy events of Arcadia Bay, seems to have finally managed to find a safe place for herself and live like a normal person, but no.
What should we say?
Damn, I think I have hypothermia.
The death of Max's very close friend, Safi, throws everything into disarray. Safi's mysterious death, which initially thwarts Max's plans to experience a normal life, is the impetus that sets Max's quest to solve the crime and the domino-like fall of the narrative in Life is Strange, Double Exposure.
Good news, huh?
You two and your secrets.
In this game, everything starts with the character of Safi. From the story and motivations of the protagonist to the problems of the game. The first thing that strikes us about the story of the work is the treatment of the characters, especially Safi's character. The problem is that the game holds a very large loudspeaker and shouts in the player's ear. Safi and Max are very close. And it never takes a step towards making this closeness tangible for the player, so that the gamer can also connect with Safi, care about her, and be interested in her. And the result of this is the player's indifference when Safi is killed. This means rushed storytelling. And for a work where storytelling is the most basic and greatest characteristic of its structure and nature, this is not good at all.
Hey, Safi.
But the problem of character development is not limited to Sophie. It is not wrong to say that apart from Max, who was developed in the previous version, there are only two other characters in Life is Strange, Double Exposure, whose development is average, the two characters Moses and Vin. The rest of the characters appear only to complete the sequence of scenes in the story and are not more important than a series of typical characters. For example, Amanda and Ven are half-hearted characters who are constantly placed in the player's path by the author and as emotional subjects of the story to create an emotional arc for Max. Why doesn't this arc take shape? Because the characters and scenarios are not developed enough at all to make us want to care about them and go along with their lack of twists and turns. Characters who are not only poorly developed, but whose narrative threads are also not developed at all, are pushed to the sidelines, incomplete, undeveloped, and incomplete.
What's the news?
Why?
No chance. That vault is closed.
You're killing me here. Are you really gonna keep secrets from your dear friend Max?
You're one to talk, my dear.
Because even the game itself is not clear about how it tells its story. Life is Strange, Double Exposure consists of 5 chapters sections. The first 3 parts of the game have a relatively interesting crime routine and are accompanied by really good solutions and twists. But right at the point where the crime drama of the game peaks, we suddenly enter the densest aspect of the science fiction elements of the Life is Strange series, throwing the game and everything that was covered in the previous 2 parts out the window. The problem is that the work simultaneously wants to be a crime drama, a teenage story, and a supernatural story, and along with all of this, it also lays the foundation for a series of subsequent supernatural-oriented stories sequels. And this is where we again reach the writer's haste. Because instead of telling a story that is detailed and told in at least 10 episodes, they have settled for a patchwork story.
Whoever holds the bottle cap has to do whatever you say. Well, within reason.
Speaking of the rest of the characters, we should also mention Max. As mentioned earlier, the 2014 game Life is Strange did a good job of fleshing out Max's character, and in this game we also have a mature and still lovable version of Max. You may be interested to know that the game's story never makes any attempt to show the teacher-tutor dimension of Max to the player. Max's illness is one of the professors at Caledon University. The player only finds out that he has now become an expert professor by accessing a series of Max's manuscripts. The game's atmosphere is so weak that if the player doesn't pay attention to these manuscripts, they might think that Max is another student at this university.
Could I hide the bottle cap in a snowball? Not sure I want to rely on my aim.
Unfortunately, the game's story, whether in the first third, the main body, or the ending, is never coherent and suffers from uncertainty in the narrative, very poor development of the main and secondary characters, unfinished plot twists, and rushing. As mentioned earlier, such an issue is a complete disappointment for a game that bases its entire value and identity on its storytelling and charges its audience for it.
Hey, Safi.
But let's get to the gameplay. As always, from a gameplay structure perspective, we are dealing with a work that never has any particular complexity or innovation, and is content with the same interactive film framework from the adventure genre. There is absolutely no difference between the gameplay structure of Double Exposure, Life is Strange True Colors, and the 2014 game Life is Strange, and apart from a series of extremely trivial puzzles that are designed based on the nature of the game with space-time based on Max's new powers, the mechanisms and structure of the gameplay unfortunately do not deliver any attraction or entertaining component to its audience.
A publisher made an offer.
For real? Oh my god, Sophie! That's incredible! Congratulations!
And this is while we are talking about the adventure genre, for God's sake. A genre that has been associated with the Monkey Island series, Grim Fandango, and in modern times, with video games such as the works of David Cage. Games whose flow of experience was so filled with meaningful interactions with the environment and characters, puzzles, action, and reactions that not only did the player not experience any sense of boredom, but thanks to the high replay value of those games, the gamer would return to the experience again and again and try different paths. If you have experienced these games, you certainly know how much the moment-by-moment gameplay in adventure games can be filled with fascinating puzzles, thoughtful mechanisms, and nail-biting moments. In this regard, Life is Strange, Double Exposure unfortunately continues to offer the series' usual gameplay, relying on crucial moments of dialogue which have no significant impact on the story or ending, and a series of routine puzzles centered around Max's space-time powers, and there is still no significant progress in the series' gameplay.
Sure, but who cares? I take a lot of photos nobody ever sees. I want to go out.
From an audio and visual perspective, we are faced with a very high-quality experience. Very suitable performances, along with pleasant music pieces, are completely successful in creating atmosphere and do their job perfectly. Life is Strange Double Exposure is another disappointing output of Unreal Engine 5, which at the time of release and for the PC version, did not even make options such as DLSS and FSR technology available to the player, so you know what a sad situation the game is in from an optimization perspective. Currently, the game can be run on 4070 series graphics cards on medium graphics mode and on a 3060 graphics card, the version I ran the game on with low settings. According to the announcement of the members of Deck 9 on the Steam platform, the next update of the game will be available with a focus on improving the optimization of the PC version experience.
Are you okay?
Yeah, all good. Just dizzy. Maybe the champagne.
Life is Strange, Double Exposure is a gateway game that both brings back the beloved Max to the series and opens a new window into the future of the series. A work that, in line with the sequels in the series, is filled with forgettable characters, unfinished plot lines, ineffective decisions, and tonal discontinuities in the story structure, proving that even Alex's return is not enough to get the series' breathless heart beating right now. Life is Strange, Double Exposure is a gateway game that both brings back the beloved Max to the series and opens a new window into the future of the series. A work that, in line with the sequels in the series, is filled with forgettable characters, unfinished plot lines, ineffective decisions, and tonal discontinuities in the story structure, proving that even Alex's return is not enough to get the series' breathless heart beating right now.
Caledon's a beautiful campus, but it's even better.
Positive points: dub and music, artistic graphics, compelling crime narrative in the first 3 chapters, creative use of Max's space-time mechanisms.
What a perfect night for walking home. I'll just catch up with Sophie tomorrow.
Promise this is what you want.
Sophie's chain smoking again?
Negative points. Low replay value. Rapid narrative. Unfinished plot of characters. Very poor development of main and secondary characters. Lack of impact of choices on the course and ending of the story.
Now I know who's been leaving all that squirrel gore around campus.
If you like this video, like it now, and become a member of our family by pressing the subscribe button. Activate the bell so you never miss our interesting videos.
How far I'd go, 'cause I'd find you.
Don't get to take a shot like this every day. Wow, you're really watching me, aren't you?
This is not a test.
Max!
The emergency broadcast system is now in effect.
I caused this! I caused all of this!
Max? Hey! Hey, are you okay?
Something's wrong. Sophie!
Hey! Come back!
There's Sophie. She seems okay. I feel like I should check on her anyway. Better safe than sorry. Shit! Sophie, hang on! Oh, Sophie's fine. For a moment, I thought...
Sophie. Sophie? Hey, you okay?